From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spar on the radio.
Hello to Max Rae. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. So, can you tell me, how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
About 7 years.
So, what was it like going to the recording studio when you first went there?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking when I first started, of course. It gets better and better as you go along, but it was something that used to scare me, and now it's like my home.
So you enjoyed going into the recording studio?
I love it. It's therapeutic.
So, can you tell me more about the debut single that you released called Alway?
Yes, that my debut single, Halfway, is one that was very daunting for me because I worked with a Grammy Award-winning producer, and he has now become family through this process. And I learned a lot in that session. I had a great other co-writer, which really helped me as well. But that song just came from the fantasy world. I never had a relationship yet. And most songs, of course, are about love. And just kind of the whole interaction and the whole first initial spark of seeing someone that you think that you could possibly like and have a relationship with. And that one really, I think about people with their first singles, and that one, I'm proud of it. And a lot of people can be, like, oh my gosh, my first single, oh my gosh, no. But I'm really proud of that one.
So, you released another single after that called Tattoo, but we'll chat a little bit about that one a bit later on. But can you tell me more about Better Without You?
Oh, I love this. I feel like I'm going I'm reliving my past. I love this. So Better Without You, I love that song. I wrote that with two powerhouse producers. And that song came from, I liked a guy for 3 years, very long time. Nothing ever came of it. And because he really led me on. So that song's really about, I'm better without, of course, being led on. And the music video for that, the song just made me feel like I was in the ocean. There's a lot of these crashes and these beautiful moments. And it was just, that music video was probably the most intricate and beautiful one that I've done so far. And that song itself was really, again, therapeutic. That's going to be my word for a lot of these. And it was really nice to just kind of release that whole chapter of my life.
So, was it all right working with different producers?
I love it. You get a whole different sense and perspective. With different producers, they think a different way. And I really learned how to take things from different producers and make my own method of how when I'm now in producing classes, I'm getting a degree with Berkeley on music production, and just having the opportunity to work with so many different people and there's different perspectives has been really helpful.
So, what's it like making the videos to go with your singles that you released?
That was daunting at first. And my first one, Halfway, we recorded at like 2 a.m. It was super cold, and it was grueling, but and every single one since has been, of course, better. Getting in front of a camera, even getting behind a mic for the first time, of course, is a little daunting, but every time it gets better and better. And I truly love bringing a visual aspect to my music so you can really understand even more of the meaning behind the song. And I truly try to keep it as authentic as possible.
So, can you tell me more about Uncharted Territory?
Oh, I love that song. That song I wrote in 10 minutes, which was one of the first times I've ever done that. I think it was because I was really fueled by, I finally it's weird. Other than the 3-year being led on situation with Better Without You, this was the first time I actually truly liked a guy and was hoping that this could be a relationship. And he was saying all the right things, and it was actually really great content for a song. So, yeah.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
I think it depends. I get it from everywhere. I took a page out of Taylor Swift's book, and she has a running note in her phone of anything when she's out in public or just something with a friend in a conversation. If something sparks, oh, that'd be a great song, I just write it down. And before I have a relationship, I never, I don't even know what song started and sparked the first real relationship I had. It's one of the most recent ones. Technicolor, I think, is the one. It all came from other relationships that I saw, like my brothers or my friends or anyone that I was out in public with, and it just something sparked in me, and it just always comes from an authentic place, but didn't truly become personal to me until a little later on.
So can you tell me more about Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh, I love that song. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I am a huge fan of Audrey Hepburn, always have been, and she's one of my style icons. I wear pearls, like even this headband right now, all the time. I just think it's really classy, and I just love that movie. And that was during COVID. And her biggest thing in that movie was she would go have breakfast at Tiffany's to escape the reality that she was in, and nothing bad could ever happen to her there. So I was like, during COVID, I was like, why can't everything be like Breakfast at Tiffany's? Let me just look at pretty things all day and nothing bad can happen to me here. So it was just a way of escape and just beauty in general.
So what was it like of going through COVID, being an artist?
Oh man, I was really scared and nervous because, of course, the performance aspect and being face to face was out of the question. And I actually found myself thriving a lot. I've always, since I was 15, been traveling, never in one place for over a week. So having quarantine and having a routine and having a schedule actually was really nice for me. Haven't had it since. But with that, I grew my socials and my following massively because all I could really do is be on my phone, and everyone was on their phones. Trends were huge, and it was a really good time for me, especially on TikTok. So things grew in a great way for me as an artist.
So give me more about Heartstrings.
Oh, Heartstrings. I love that one. I feel like I'm saying I've loved them, but Heartstrings is a lot more R&B, which I love. Pop R&B is definitely my lane. Heartstrings came from a conversation I had with one of my dear friends. I have a lot of guy friends, and they would come to me for advice because I'm the girl in the group, of course, and I can give them perspective. And I just asked him, and I was actually getting perspective from him this time, and was like, what are the little things in life, like what for a relationship that just really make it? And I felt like he kept saying it was always the little things, like going to the store in your PJs and, just dancing in the kitchen and all of these beautiful things. And I was like, you're so deep. I'm like so proud of you. And I wrote all this down, and I wrote that song back at home in my hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico, as well, in the studio. And my producer in Nashville heard it, and he was like, I got to finish this song with you. So it was, that was a beautiful one.
So can you tell me more about First Cry?
Oh, I love that. First Cry is my first Christmas song I ever wrote, original song. And that was daunting in itself because Christmas songs can tend to become very cliche, or, a lot's been done on that side of things. And I actually heard a beautiful sermon about Jesus, and that he was silent from the Old Testament to the New Testament for 400 years. And he broke the silence with, of course, him coming into the world as a baby, and he cried. So, and Christmas is all about Jesus and him being born. And so I wrote a song just about, of course, him, and that he broke that silence with the first cry. And that's one of the most hopeful things that us as Christians can really be thankful for.
So back in 2019, you released Tattoo, but in 2023, you released an EP called Tattoo, the extended mixes. So can you tell me more about that?
So Tattoo, that was the second song that I ever released, and it was with the same producer as the first single I wrote and released. And I had a beautiful moment with that producer where he was like, I need to connect you with my publicist. And so in 2023, he connected me with his publicist. And my publicist now, he was searching through all my discography, and he was like, wow, Tattoo, I don't know. One, he was just like, I can't believe none of your songs was taken off yet. This is insane. But this song, I think that we should start with this one because it's great. And also Keith Thomas, this amazing Grammy Award-winning producer, is on it. So let's really push this. Let's see what I can do with, that. And it somehow has grown legs and has done something insane. This is probably the biggest song that I have so far. And so with that, he was like, let's do some extended mixes. These DJs took it and made all these remixes to it. And he really had an ear and an eye for this. And honestly, neither one of us thought that this would go as gangbusters as it has. But it's done a really good job. So we wanted to refresh it up and make it refreshed and do these mixes. And it's been doing really well so far.
So can you tell me more about your latest single called Keep You Waiting?
Keep You Waiting. I wrote that. That was my first song I ever wrote outside of the country, which was in London. And that song is one that there's a big juxtaposition because the song sounds so happy and it's a huge dance song. It's really fun, but the meaning behind the song is super deep. And the music video that will be coming up very soon really highlights that. I have a boyfriend and I've had one for it's been 2.5 years now. And being across the pond all the time and being so far away, I was so worried that if I kept him waiting, would he stay? Which he's always, because he's so good, like so good. I'm like, where's the catch? So I just question myself daily on that because I've, of course, seen relationships, especially with distance, not go well. And somehow this is going really well. So I think as an artist, I'm moody and I question things. So Keep You Waiting is all about that.
What was it like writing a song in London?
It was awesome. I wrote 10 songs in 10 days and I have a EP that will be coming out shortly for this tour. And I again, all these different perspectives. I worked with, 10 or really 8 different producers and getting a whole different perspective because it's a different country. And it really helped sharpen and strengthen my skills as a songwriter, which was great.
So you'll come back to the UK soon on tour, so with Blue. So can you tell me more about that?
Yes, I'm really excited. This is my first ever tour that I will be on. It's 15 tour dates and I'll be their support, and I'm really excited to release this new music, and I have a really fun surprise that I'll be unveiling during my set, and you'll hear songs like Keep You Waiting and Tattoo and all the ones that are near and dear to my heart.
So can you tell me what's it like being a independent artist?
Oh man, it's a whirlwind. I think I give so much respect and props to independent artists because it's hard, but it's very rewarding at the same time. Like I wouldn't trade this for the world. And the fact that I get to call the shots and I have control over everything, that you get to see the full authentic Max Rae, which is great, is something that I really hold near and dear. And don't take lightly. And the fact that this is going so well for me, I'm so grateful. I never want to take it for granted. I think it's hard to make it as an independent artist, especially in this day and age. But I think with perseverance and being truly authentic to yourself, it's possible.
So this is your first tour. So is there a venue that you think you want to play at?
Yeah, there's multiple. I'm really excited, of course, just because I'm from the States, just to play London and at the Palladium and all the venues that I've never even seen a show or anything at any of these places. So I've Googled them to see what they look like. And a lot of them, I mean, all of them are beautiful. And Palladium, I think, is just really exciting for me, just in general. And it's going to be huge. There's already 2 out of 3 nights are sold out, which is insane. So I'm excited.
So finally, can you tell my listeners, where can I find you on your social media?
Everywhere at Max Rae Music.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.